Hi everybody, it's Barbara, and I thought I would do a layout reveal, which is, I think, the first time I've ever done this on YouTube. So I have been doing tons and tons of layouts because around October 1st, I was able to take a few months, not take them off, but take them off from my retreats that I do, and really get to sit down and scrapbook. And what I did first was try to take layouts that I had already completed but didn't have photos and find photos to go on them. And then I also bought myself an Epson photo printer so that it would be really, really simple for me to print out from my digital photos directly the size and shape, whether it was horizontal or vertical, to put onto these layouts, and even do 5x7s when I needed to without having to wait for them to be developed at my local Walgreens or on Persnickety Prints or whatever. So that's been very, very helpful. And I always felt really guilty that I was doing so many layouts, without putting photos in. But now that problem is solved because of the photo printer and my ability to manipulate photos to fit. And so I have nearly gotten through probably 200 different layouts since October. I think I've actually done, let me see, about 250 some pages, and most all of them were already completed layouts. So don't feel guilty if you have already done layouts but haven't put photos in, because it's not too late. Okay, so I'm just going to go through these, point out a few things. I have so many and I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm going to try to keep this fairly short. So we'll go through, I don't know, maybe 10 layouts or so here, and just to take a look and see some of the fun things. Now, because these layouts were ones I've collected over many, many years, I don't remember the papers on it, most of them, so I'm not going to be able to tell you, but that's okay, because most of them you're not going to be able to get at this point anyway, because they're all retired. So we'll just look through and see some cute stuff, and I'll just point out some fun things about it. But anyway, so this is a layout. You're going to see a lot of my great niece and great nephew, because their grandmother sends me photos all the time. and they're so cute. It's just fun to be able to scrapbook kids again, because mine are all adults now. But one of the things I loved about this layout particularly was there was so much stamping on it. And I'm not one that stamps a lot on pages, but because this layout was already designed for me and stuff, and all I had to do was just follow directions, I did do a lot of stamping on this. And look at how cute is that? I mean, seriously. So that's the first one. I don't know if there's anything else fancy I need to say. One thing about Close to My Heart layouts is they usually try to put a lot of spaces for photos. So you can see there's tons here. So let's see what's next. Now, this paper is new and is still available, and so I know the name of it is Let's Party. And this, again, this is not my great nephew and great niece, but my nephews and my niece. And so I pulled their pictures right directly off of Facebook, because Facebook has gotten so good at digitizing the photos so that when you do print them, they're not all, pixelated or anything like that. So instead of asking their mom to send me photos on a regular basis, I just pull them right off of Facebook. She knows that I do this, so it's okay. And then I can print them, and they print out really beautifully almost all the time. So this is Let's Party. Now, this particular layout and layout directions are on my YouTube channel, because I've been working on them this week and last week. So you'll see how to put this together step by step if you go on there, and you can also have the directions. This is not the workshop that comes in the catalog, so that's a whole different one that you can use to play with this paper. But this is a special one that was made for Close to My Heart makers, and so I'm sharing that with you. And I love how this turned out. And let's see, we've got some single pages, so I'll lift them up so that they're not although it is a little bit distracting there. This was some Halloween paper, I think, from last year. Again, my great niece and great nephew here. And the paper itself was kind of busy, but because of the layout, I was able to cover up quite a bit of that paper in the background and then just put some cute embellishments on it. I used our liquid glass, which is one of our best products ever, and shined up a lot of these things on here. And hopefully the light is catching those slightly. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. So you can see a little of that. Let's see what else we've got here. This paper, boy, this is mostly cardstock, and then it was some zip strips from the top of one of our paper packs. And that's a Rick Springfield concert I went to. The grandma, my sister-in-law of those, of my great niece and great nephew and my brother, were at the concert with me, and they got to sing into Rick's microphone. So I caught that on film here. And you can see that the pictures really stand out here because we're not too distracted by the paper. So you got to really be careful when you're using your paper that it doesn't overwhelm the pictures themselves. So with all this cardstock here and then this nice striped paper, the pictures really pop out. Next up, this paper is from our gnome collection, and so close to my heart this year, starting in the fall, they've been doing gnomes for each season. So right now the winter paper is available and the fall paper might still be available too. But this paper is the gnome paper with a little bit of stamping in here too. And this is Ashton and Archer, my great niece and great nephew again. And I just love the way this turned out. And the gnome collection is just so adorable. And I think the winter one is my favorite. And I haven't played with it yet, but I really loved it even in the catalog. And sometimes it's not until you hold it in your hands that you actually really fall in love with these things, because you can only tell so much from the catalog, right? You got to buy them, then you have them, and then you love them, right? So that's the Gnome Fall collection. I don't even remember the name of this paper, but I love it. Look at that. Again, this shows you examples of how just the right paper in the background makes your pictures stand out. And I did want to tell you about this. So because I bought this little Epson photo printer, I thought one day I wanted to write out a little, not a poem, but like a quote from this lady. And I could have handwritten it, I could have typed it, but instead I was able to take a picture of it off the internet, and then I printed it on photo printer right in my printer, in my little photo printer there. And look at how awesome that looks. That looks like something that I paid money for, you know. So that's a really cool thing that you can do with your photo printer. Don't just assume it's only for photos. Now this page, and I'm going to move these because it just seems distracting to have these ones behind. This was from an album retreat. So I have signed up for our album retreats many times, and I love them. And you usually are making, I don't know, like 22 pages. So an entire album of pages in there. And I had made a whole bunch of them and learned a ton of new techniques. And I just hadn't put photos on, so I have started to do that. And now the layouts and the pages from these album retreats are always exceptional. They, because of the techniques that they're teaching you, it's going to be a page that looks a lot different from the ordinary page. The album retreat right now is coming up and is available on my website, barbaraatten.ctmh.com. And remember, I spell my name B-A-R-B-R-A. So if you want to get in on one of these album retreats, now's the time to do it. But I love that 3D effect. Can you see that? So all we had to do is fold down these little boxes that we cut out, or were cut out for me, because everything's cut out for you on the album retreat except a few tiny things. So that was already cut out on a Cricut for us. And then I just got to fold those and distress them and everything. And that just makes an awesome looking page. Let's see what we have next. Well, this is fun. So my sister-in-law and brother go to a lot of concerts like I do. and they decided this year they were going to do something fun. So they brought up the icon or whatever, the logo from each band that they went and saw. You're not going to recognize most of these names, I bet. But they go to a lot of independent bands, and then just held their phone up and took a picture of themselves with it. Really awesome idea. And so I had tons of these, and even 2 more here that are going to go. This one will be a flip flap once I put this back in. And I don't know if you've seen our flip flaps, but they're the best thing ever to add more photos onto your page. They go on the outside of the page protector. So anyway, this, I believe, yes, this was another album retreat. Not sure if it was the same one as the last one, but another really, really cool look with all of this banner up here. And then we colored in these white letters that are acrylic. So colored those in with ink, and the whole look of it is awesome, and you know, just makes the photos stand out so well. So I'm telling you, album retreat is the way to go. Let's see what we got next. Another album retreat one. Look at this. I mean, this is just not your usual type of layout that you're going to make. So this just, you know, is just a wowy layout, and every one of the pages in the album retreats are like this. So, and they have a theme for each one too. So it actually goes this way. These are the best days. So there's my great niece and nephew, Ashton and Archer again. And look at, I mean, and some of these pop out. I don't know if you can tell, but they're very textured, you know, nice level, makes everything look beautiful on it. And I don't even remember the name of this paper either, but I've had this for a while. So this has probably been, I think it's when we started our VIP program that we have. So that's maybe 3 years, 4 years now, something like that. And the color scheme is gorgeous. The pattern paper is subtle here on this, and it just makes my photos look good. We recently took a business trip to a ranch out in Arizona, a dude ranch, where you ride horses and you have cowboys around you and stuff like that. And they had these cool pigs here that are called javelinas. And so even though this isn't Western paper or anything like that, it works beautifully. And I just think, you know, wow, perfect for these pictures. Let's see, next up. Now this was one, I think, can't remember if this was an album retreat. Probably not. I think this might have been a cut above kit that I've had for a while. And it was a 2-pager, and I used the other page. And so I had a couple photos, just 2, so this worked beautifully, of me participating in a 5K for Close to My Heart years ago, 2016. So they fit just perfectly on there, just cut them down. And the layout was done in like, you know, 2 minutes. I just had the journaling probably took the longest down there. Now next up, so this was a 2-page layout, but I used the second page for something else because sometimes you only have a couple of photos, right? So then I have a niece who travels all around the world. She's a flight attendant. And I pull her pictures off of Facebook too, and again with her permission. And she's very beautiful girl, and she loves to take kind of model Instagram type photos. And so I can't resist, you know, I'm a scrapbooker, so I see her pictures and I just can't resist, and I scrapbook all of them. And so far I'm keeping them for myself, but someday they may go to her once I'm gone or whatever. But I just love the way they turn out. And so I had this nice layout here, stuck those in, but I had extra pictures. And so this layout, when I had originally made it actually to show off flip-flops, had 2 pages here that are for a flip-flop. And so I stuck it in our 6x12, which I don't think we have anymore, but I do have a few in stock if you need them. And just pop those in there. And now once I put this in the page protector, I will pull off the strip here. It sticks to the page protector on the outside, and then just flips open. And this is a nice layout because it actually, you know, does not interfere. It's not over a photo or anything like that. It works really well halfway over like that. So then I would have these 4 extra photos there. All right, only a few more. Now this one turned out really cute because my great niece is so cute. And this was a 1 page of a 2-page layout. Eat, Play, Love, I think might have been the name of this, something like that. I'm thinking that was probably the name of that paper pack. And this was our workshop, and so this was all cut out for you and everything, so easy to put together. And it was just perfect for this one photo that I had of her, and I love it. Clothes all match and everything. Then this one came from an album retreat, and when I first made it, I thought, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I don't do a lot of 2x2 photos, but I have relatives on my husband's side out in California, and I had some extra pictures of them, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna print them in 2x2, and then that I fit the whole family on this one page. So that worked out really well. All right, almost there. So this page, again, this is out at the ranch I went to. And this, I think, was a regular workshop, regular Close to My Heart workshop. And it was a 2-page layout, and then I was showing off our flip-flops. And so I made this 3rd section, which is 8 by 12. And I think we do still sell this size. You pull the strip off once. You have this in the page protector. And just fold it under. And then it would come up. It comes up, you know, just a little bit. I have my journal a little high on there, but then it flips open like this, right? And then when it flips open, you've got the other side too. So that's going to go in there once I put my page protector on. But our flip flaps are my favorite product that we have ever had in the 15, almost 16 years that I've been with this company. I don't think we've ever improved and had a better product than this one. So if you've never used them, it's a way to save a lot of money by adding more photos without having to do a whole other layout. And this one I love. This was from an album retreat. Again, you guys, I cannot undervalue album retreats. So they usually run $250 plus shipping and tax. But again, you're going to get about 22 pages out of that, plus stamp sets that are exclusive to the album retreat. And then they send you everything pre-cut. So it's so easy. You know, I mean, just it's such a bargain to me. And I love that I learned all these new techniques. So check this out. So we made this. And this was all cut out, and then we put it together. Come on. You've got to take a look at our album retreat, and I will put the link in the YouTube comments below. So this was at the, and if you're afraid of snakes, don't look. But we were at the ranch, and we did a tour of Saguaro National Park, and came to the end of it. And the guy who was driving us around in the Jeep took out a bag, and inside the bag was a snake. And we never knew it the whole time. Luckily, my husband and I are not afraid of snakes. I used to be deathly afraid of them, but no longer am. And so we both held them, and nobody else in our group did. But that was really fun and a unique experience with a unique, beautiful layout, right? These pictures were awesome. My sister-in-law sent me of the kids pretending to play guitar, and so I just had this 1 page left over from a cut above kit. Added some letters. These aren't close to my heart, but you know, you can mix and match. Everything else was done. That took me like 5 minutes, I think, if that, and mostly just to stick on the stickers, and it was done. So many of our layouts are like that. They don't take long to put together. Our cut above kits especially, and you love them when you're done. I think we are on the final layout. I believe this was the Christmas paper from last year. Do not remember the name, but these are my nephews and niece, Everett, Avery, and Violet, and they made gingerbread houses. Pulled that off of Facebook, printed out 3 of them because that's how much room I had in. I didn't have, none of the photos were narrow enough for these mats. So instead, I just adapted, put the photos over it as if the mats were a background, right? So just because it's one size on there doesn't mean that's the way you have to go, right? This was a 4x6 photo over here or 4x6 mat. I didn't have 4x6. I'd already printed them 4x4. So I put that as the space for journaling. So, you know, adapt. Do not think that it's going to have to be a certain way. And I highly recommend that printer. It's the Epson Picture-Mate printer. I do not get any money if you buy one or anything like that, but it has really changed my scrapbooking for the better. So I hope you like these layouts today. Check my website out, check my Facebook page out, and I also put the link to the album retreat for you.